Okay, hello there everyone. Let me get rid of this echo mic and there we go. We are here today with the Top Prospect Elite Series 2's game, Season 1, Crystal Division. This is GC2 and above. For Royal Ascent Esports, Majestic Momentum, and Reality Blue. On the Majestic Momentum side, we have X, Meek, and Ashiman. On Reality Blue, we have Eternal Jinx and Sapphire. This is week 1. Yesterday, I casted a TPES game as well. That was actually the first TPES game I have casted. I'm looking forward to working with this league more. This is pretty much my first time setting up my desk today. It's pretty hot here. I unfortunately had to forfeit my ones game that I was playing in semifinals for because of it being so hot in my room and pretty much unbearable. I can't handle sitting in my room that long. I am glad I am only casting one match today at this point because of that. But here I am. I am functioning at this point. Because the heat, I don't do well with heat, and my temperature regulation is pretty bad. And I get non-epileptic seizures that are triggered by heat. So I definitely try to avoid that. Oh, wait a second, I realized I had the ATS sponsors on the bottom still. That is my bad. There we go, TPES. Okay, now we are good. I'm glad I figured that out before the series even started. Hopefully everything goes smoothly today. Because yesterday I realized I didn't have Barrel up until like game 3. I'm doing okay, Swanky. Thank you for the lurk, Earthling, and hello, Swoopy. I'm sorry that I left VC so fast. I was just trying to get in here and get everything set up. How are you doing though, Swanky? I hope you are doing well and hopefully having a good weekend. I'm actually familiar with X on the Royal Ascent Esports side because he's a player for a franchise that I'm on in MLE. Not too bad. You realize that you have a whole another day off. And you were cooking? What were you cooking, Swoopy? It's been a busy week. I'm sure it has. I mean, especially with it being week 1. Okay, we have Jinx and Sapphire in here for Reality Blue now. There's X and Nick Dunn. Let me check. Reheating spaghetti and adding meatballs. Okay. And spaghetti sounds good, Swoopy. I think I am having breakfast for dinner after this. Okay. So on the orange side, we have Reality Blue. And on the blue side, we ironically have Royal Aspect Majestic Momentum. That is funny that Reality Blue is not blue. Eternal Jinx is trying to put a shot on net. Nickton is taking it back. Sapphire's there. Doesn't get touch. And that's going to go in. Nickton gets a shot. I am currently trying to figure out what player for Majestic Momentum that Nickton is. So give me a minute. Oh, man. Okay, we have Nickton and Sapphire on that kickoff. Okay, that's a Ashy Man. There we go. Now we are in business. Ashy Man's going to take a touch there. Sapphire's going to take a touch. That's going to go towards X. Is that a shot? No, X is able to save that. Eternal Jinx able to send that back towards the Majestic Momentum side. And Nickton is taking that back towards the wall. X is there, taking it around the corner. Sapphire is booming that back to the corner. Eternal Jinx is there. Looks like Ashy Man tries to take a shot. Ashy Man tries to take a touch there. Jinx with the shot. And Jinx scores. We have a tied up game. 1-1. 3:38 left. X and Jinx on the kickoff. That's going to get a Sapphire from Reality Blue. Reality Blue's going to try and take that towards the Majestic Momentum side. We're going to see X try and take that back and put that towards the Reality Blue net. Sapphire's taking that in, and we see Reality Blue get another goal. Sapphire and Ashy on the kickoff. That's going to go towards the net. X is able to make the save, though. Sapphire trying to take that back to the net for Reality Blue. We have the RAE team trying to get more pressure on. And looks like that worked because they scored a goal. As I was saying before, I am actually in the same franchise in MLE with X. X is a member of the MLE Sharks on the ML team. Eternal and X on that kickoff. Sapphire's going to go in the corner and grab that 100 boost. Ashy is going to try and take it towards the net. Sapphire challenges, and Jinx is bumped along the way. Sapphire's bumped, and that's in for Ashy. Majestic Momentum gains another goal. Sapphire and Ashy on the kickoff. That's going to go back towards the Majestic Momentum side. Jinx is going to send that. Actually, Sapphire got the touch there. Ashy is taking that back around the corner. Looks like X is going to try and follow that. Sapphire is taking that around the corner. Ashy is following. Jinx putting pressure and sending that high. X taking it out of there, though. X trying to follow. X sending it high. And Jinx trying to get it out. Looks like Ashy gets the goal, though. Getting the 4th goal for Majestic Momentum. Ashy and Sapphire on the kickoff. That's going to go to the midfield wall. X is going to follow. Jinx is going to wait back, and Jinx is going to send that. Sapphire is going to try and send that to the net, and Jinx is going to send it to the goal, getting the 3rd goal for the Reality Blue. X and Jinx on the kickoff. That's going to go towards the Reality Blue net. Ashley misses the ball. Sapphire getting a touch there. X is following that and trying to take that back to the Reality Blue side. Ashley's trying to get a shot. That's an open net for Sapphire. Is Sapphire going to score? Yes, Sapphire is. And we have a tied game, folks. That is how fast things can change in the game of Rocket League. We have 1:33 left in game 1. Sapphire and Ashley on the kickoff. There's X fouling. X misses that midfield boost. Pops it up. Looks like Jinx takes a touch there and tries to get pressure on it. There's X winning back. Sapphire sends it to the corner. Ashley sending it up. Looks like X is trying to get it high. Maybe a double there. Nickton is waiting. And, oh, X gets it though. Reality Blue just wasn't able to make that save. Jinx and Ashley on the kickoff. That's going to go towards the Reality Blue side. Actually, no, that I'm wrong. That is not... Yeah, Reality Blue is orange. My bad. I am confusing myself here. My bad. Okay. Sapphire gets the save, and that's a double demo from X and Jinx. That's going to go in for Sapphire, and we have another tied game. .30 seconds remaining. X takes that up the wall. Tries to get past Sapphire. Sapphire's going to challenge that. There's Jinx waiting in the corner. Jinx is now dead. Looks like Sapphire's going to try and bump Ashley. Sapphire also challenged as well. Jinx booming it into the Majestic Momentum corner. We have a tied game. Are we going to see overtime? X is dead. Sapphire booming it into the Majestic Momentum side. And we do have overtime, folks. X gets a touch there. Is that going to be in? That's too high. Nicked in. Almost sends that to the net. Sapphire able to challenge that. And X is going back. Gets the save. Tries to get over Jinx. Sapphire trying to put on target. Ashley getting a touch there. X clearing it out. Ashley taking another touch. Sapphire credited with the save here there. Jinx trying to put pressure back on the Majestic Momentum side. Sapphire almost getting it in. X barely getting a touch, getting it out. Jinx just not being there fast enough. Sapphire almost in. Nicked in. Is that going to roll in? No, Sapphire gets that. Ashley is trying to take it back. There's X. Jinx up in the air to challenge. Ashley is going to wait in the corner. We are at almost a minute and a half of overtime now. Ashley's going to try and pass it to X. X goes in the corner for it. Challenged by Sapphire. That's going incredibly close to the Majestic Momentum net. Ashley gets another touch. And Ashley is still following. X is now on the ball and is getting followed by Sapphire. X tries to pinch it off the wall there. Gets over one. Sapphire gets another touch. Jinx is grabbing boost and getting up to get the ball. Ashy is up, and Sapphire's going to try and take a shot. That's high. X taking a shot. Ashy there again. It's going to go towards the reality blue corner. Sapphire gets a touch. That's going to pinch back to the midfield. X gets it up in time. Sapphire challenge and pinching it back to their own side. Looks like Ashy doesn't get a touch. It's okay because X is there. X pops it up. Jinx is going back. And Jinx is there. X demos Jinx to buy that time. X misses the ball. It's going to be a mess up that causes one of these teams to finally score. It just is a matter of when. X is getting bumped. Sapphire going for the ball, grabbing the midfield boost. And bumping Ashy. X is back. We're at over 3.5 minutes of OT now. Sapphire taking it back. Ashy on the backboard. Sapphire's going to try and get a shot there. Ashy able to make a save. And Jinx just sending it back. X is there with the positioning, though, to get a save. And that's going to go towards the net. Is X going to get it? No! Sapphire gets the goal and gets the win for Reality Blue in Game 1. We are going to Urban Central Dawn for Game 2. X and Jinx are on the kickoff. Sapphire's gonna half flip back, and that's gonna be off the post for Ashy. X is going back in this front post for that. X jumps up. Sapphire trying to put pressure and keep it in the Majestic momentum territory. Ashy trying to get past Jinx. Unable to do so. Jinx clears it out. Sapphire popping it up. Hello, Peace Pipe. Welcome to the chat. 50ing Sapphire right there. Able to take it around the midfield. There is Ashy challenging again. That's going to go incredibly close to the Majestic momentum net again. X is able to clear that out to the midfield. If Ashy can get, or X can get there, and they do. And we are seeing Majestic momentum get the first goal of Game 2. Sapphire and Ashy are on the kickoff. Jinx is up. That's going to go close to the Majestic momentum net. Sapphire's going to challenge that. That's going to go close to the net. That's in for X. Jinx just could not make the save on that. That gives Majestic momentum. The 2-goal lead now. Sapphire and Ashy on that kickoff. Looks like Ashy's going to still follow that and try and capitalize on that kickoff. Unable to do so. Sapphire fouling. And X challenges Sapphire. Ashy goes off the ceiling there. Tries to get a shot. Sapphire fouling and taking it back to the Majestic momentum side. X challenges that. Jinx taking that to the Majestic momentum corner. This is GC 2 and above. Is what this tier is. Here's actually... Let's see if this works. Okay, my bot does not work. That's lovely, because I added all the commands to say what the tiers are last night. Okay, that is a save there from Sapphire. Looks like Jinx is going to try and flick that. Not on target, though. That's going to go right back to the net, though. And that's back to the midfield. Nickton is going to get a shot, though. Yes, Swanky, I added on my bot advertising for the league in all of the levels for all the leagues that I do casting for, but apparently it doesn't work. I did this at like 5 o'clock this morning when I wasn't feeling well. X gets that midfield boost. That's going to go back to Ashy on the corner. Sapphire is going to follow that. X is going to be back to defend, though. Thankfully, X is. Looks like Ashy is following. There is X going off the back wall. Ashy trying to send it also in the net. Unable to do so. Sapphire also grabbing that corner boost. Jinx getting a touch. And Ashy taking it around the corner as well. Sapphire grabbing the corner boost before Nickton can even get it. And Sapphire saving Nickton's shot. Oh, what a save from X. X is taking it back to the Reality Blue side. Ashy is taking it back to the corner. Eternal Jinx trying to get the shot. X with the save. Sapphire putting the pressure back, but Ashy is there. And Ashy with the shot. 4-0. 1 minute left. And we're seeing Majestic momentum in the lead. This is a complete difference from game 1, where we saw Reality Blue come back. We just have not seen them do anything yet in game 2. Eternal Jinx is up. And X is able to clear that out. Sapphire is clearing that out. Is that going to be in? No, that's going to roll up the post. X demos Sapphire. If you're a viewer here, you know we love those demos. That's going to go to the Reality Blue corner. Ashy is going to pop it up. And Jinx is going to send it back out. That's going to go to the net for Ashy, giving Majestic momentum a 5-0 lead. Your team is second in Sapphire. I'm here to learn and gain knowledge. That's awesome, Peace Pipe. I'm so sorry that I couldn't cast you guys this game. It made me so sad that I wasn't feeling well that day. Ashley's going to send that right back to the net. X is there. X is trying to follow us. Jinx is following now and trying to push that out. That's going to go into the net for Jinx, and that gives Reality Blue the first goal of game 2. Definitely, I will try and watch when you guys schedule for next week and try and pick up your game next week, though. Sapphire and Ashley on the kickoff there. X is going to try and pinch it on the wall. Jinx gets a touch. Jinx follows with that, and that's going to go. And we have a 1-1 series. We are going to DFH for Game 3. Just a reminder that the VOD will be out on YouTube. I know I hadn't been uploading VODs on YouTube for a little bit, but I started doing that again last night to catch up on those. Okay, DFH. I mean, even if when I'm casting, I'm supportive of both teams. You know, I'm not a biased person. Ash is gonna take a touch and try and flick that. Jinx gets a follow, and X is sending that back to the reality blue corner. Looks like Sapphire's following. X is trying to clear that out. Jinx is waiting. Sapphire tries to clear that out. Looks like Sapphire and X are bumping each other. X is going to take that around the corner and close to the reality blue net. Ashley's going to follow it as well. Thanks, Jack, for popping in. That means a lot. X is going to follow the ball and take it to the reality blue side. Jinx is going to take it back to the midfield, though. And Ashley is going to send it right back. Sapphire is going to boom it as well. Sapphire accidentally shit flips. And what a boom from Eternal. That's going to go around the midfield. We're going to see a shot from Sapphire. X with the save. That's going to go up around the ceiling. And X is going to go in the corner with that. Looks like a bump from X on Eternal. Ashley's going to take his time there. And do a little dribbling. And show us that ball control that they have. Sapphire. Taking it nice and slow. There's Ashley taking it back to the reality blue side. Looks like X is getting bumped by Sapphire back on the Majestic Momentum side. X able to clear that out. And that's a shot from Eternal Jinx. And a goal, indeed. 2:51 left in Game 3. Nickton is up. Yeah, just some unfortunate stuff happened with that game. X in the corner. I'll actually message you about that after. And that's gonna go in the corner. I think we might go to a Game 5 here, Swaggy. That's gonna go back. Eternal Jinx, popping it up. Is that going to be a save? Is Sapphire going to get a shot? No! Ashley with the save. X able to pop that off. And Sapphire with the goal. Definitely get some rest. And maybe if ice helps with that headache, Jack, do that. Or heat. Put a hot towel maybe on your head or your eyes. I don't know. I get migraines, so I know how it is. Sapphire and Ashley on that kickoff. Eternal is going to send that around the midfield. Ashley is going to follow that. Try and get another touch. Unable to do so. X is going to follow. Try and do some dribbling. Get it above. X is challenging that. Ashy is there. And that's going to go right back to the Majestic Momentum side. However, we are seeing Reality Blue had the momentum at this point. Eternal Jinx taking the ball, popping it up. Ashy is going to foul that. And bump Jinx as well. X able to clear that out. And thank goodness Nick then was there, because that would have been a goal. Ashy is demoed by Jinx. X is putting it in reverse and going along the corner of the wall. And almost another goal for Sapphire. But Jinx capitalizes on that. Both of the teams have similar style players, one aggressor and one defensive player. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Peace Pipe. Jinx and X on the kickoff there. Sapphire's going to go in the corner, grab the 100, and try and get it past Ashy. Jinx also has nothing in the tank, but is trying to take it back. Sapphire is behind his teammate, trying to help out. X with the save there as well. X is trying to take it towards the net to get their momentum back from Majestic Momentum, and Sapphire sends it off. Ashy able to get that off. Ashy fouling in the corner. Barely anything to go in the air though. Sapphire able to get a save. Again, we are seeing 6 shots from Sapphire, and there are 7 seconds left. There's a 4th goal for Reality Blue. I agree, Jack. That save was insane. We are going to be looking at 2-1 series in 3 seconds. Jinx is going to send that back. We're going to see how long that stays up. That's going to go towards the net, and that's just going to go down to the ground. Looks like we are going to Utopia Dusk. And Reality Blue is on match point. And these are the matches that you'd like to see, where the teams are trading blows, Peace Pipe. I agree 100%. Okay. Eternal Jinx sending it right to the... And demoing X right after that save. X is trying to take it to the corner. Jinx is sending it right back to the Majestic Momentum side. And Jinx gets the first goal of Game 4. Definitely you guys could see the quality of my streams go up soon, because I'm supposed to be getting a new graphics card very soon. At least I hope, because I won one from a giveaway from NVIDIA. A 5060, so that will be nice. X is going to dribble that and try and flick that. Ashy is going to try and follow. X not able to get there in time. Sapphire is going to go up the wall. X following. Sapphire's not going to get there in time. Looks like Sapphire gives up, and we have a 1-1 game. That may be the shot that brings the momentum back for Majestic Momentum, and I have a Ryzen 9 CPU. Ashy challenges that in the air. Looks like Jinx is waiting. That's gonna go towards the net. Sapphire challenging that. There's Shinx sending it towards the net. Oh, off the post. X able to get that out of there. That's gonna roll up. And looks like Reality Blue is gonna be able to clear that out. It's Sacred, gotta rip the bowl. Rip the bowl. Sapphire's gonna take that around the corner, and X is demoed by Jinx. And Ashy's demoed by Jinx as well. Looks like Ashy's gonna try and follow that. Doesn't get a touch. Sapphire popping it up. Looks like we're seeing X wave dash, and Ashy is waiting back. X puts it in the corner. Jinx is trying to follow. Jinx is waiting back to try and challenge. Sapphire challenges that. Thank you for the lurk, Swanky. Ashy trying to double that. Not getting a calculated double on that, though. Bumping Jinx, though, along the way. Sapphire getting a good touch on that. And Ashy is challenged on that. Ashy still carrying it, actually. Sapphire able to push it out back to the Majestic momentum side. We still have a tied game at 2:20 left. And X is going to take that to the Reality Blue net. And that's it for X. Gonna go watch the HBE game for Sapphire. Good luck. Good. It'll be on YouTube also later, Swanky. Jinx and X on the kickoff. Sapphire's gonna try and follow. Looks like Jinx may get a shot. That's in for Jinx. And we have a tied game at 2:07 in game 4. Are we going to go to Champions Field? Sapphire and Ashy on the kickoff. Looks like Jinx is going to go grab that. Actually, Sapphire grabs that back boost, actually. We're seeing Ashy send that to the net. That's not in, though. X sending it in instead. With the assist from Ashy. I agree, Jack. This is the best with the back and forth. Game 5 is coming, you feel it? I agree. Trading blows is absolutely amazing. Sapphire's going to take that off the corner of the wall. Ashy's waiting. X is there to pick up the slack, though. And that's going to pop down. Is Ashy going to get there? Yes, Ashy will. That's going to go along the corner of the wall. Ashy's going to follow. Pop it up. Jinx is there. And Ashy's dead. That could have very well been a shot opportunity. X is going to go back and wait. I want to see one of these guys pull off a post-to-post. X is going to go up. And carry it. There's Jinx. And there's a shot from Sapphire to tie it right back up at 54 seconds. No matter what, we're seeing the shots tying it back up. With the way it's going, we are going to see Majestic momentum score again. Knock on wood. I'm not trying to cast a curse anyone right now, but that is the way the match is going right now. We just saw a trade from Ashy and Jinx. X is taking it pretty close to the Reality Blue net. Ashy is going to take a touch there. And X is going to wait back. We have 30 seconds remaining. And, oh, dang. That was crazy. X is there for the save to push it out. The double post goes hard. Looks like Jinx is going to put that towards the net. And we're going to see that be off target as well. We are looking at OT. X and Jinx on that kickoff. That's going to go around the midfield. And Sapphire takes a touch there. Ashy following it. X is going to wait back a little bit. And go for it, actually. Ashy popping it up. Sapphire going back to the net to try and defend. Jinx taking that corner boost. Jinx is going to try and push that out. And that's a goal for Jinx with the open net. And Reality Blue takes the series there. Now we are going to raid Hydra Boosted Esports, who is playing another TPES match tonight in the Sapphire division. Hydra Boost Esports Fanier versus ASE Phoenix. Let me save this replay for you guys. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Have a good night, everyone. I will be streaming again tomorrow.